Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining this session. My name is Mandy Haynes, and I'm the Director of International Recruitment at Muhlenberg College. I'm happy to meet with you all later on at my table if you have questions. But right now, I'm happy to talk to you about preparing your college essay. This is a big topic, and we only have a few minutes, so I'm going to go through these slides pretty quickly to give you an idea of hopefully some helpful hints about preparing your essay. Uh, the most important piece of advice I have for you, which is illustrated in this cartoon, don't think that you have to put everything into your essay. Make sure that it is well structured and you don't include every single piece of information we need to know about you. It's also important to remember that your essay is just one piece of your application file. Obviously, there are going to be lots of different pieces of information that are going to tell colleges about you. And so these are all going to come together to give us a full picture of who you are as an applicant. And some colleges will review your essay more closely, some not as close. Others will also have supplemental essays that they will want you to write. So just know that this is just one piece of your application file. It's certainly one that you need to spend a lot of time on, but it's not your entire application file. So one question that we get a lot from students is, what do you really want to see in my essay? What should I write about? And basically, write about what's important to you. If you are writing on a topic that means a lot to you, you're going to convey that in your writing. And it's going to be a more interesting essay for us to read, and it's going to tell us a lot more about you. So really give some thought into not just what do you think we want to read, but what is it that you want to write? Some things that stand out to us in an essay here, your creativity, again, your passion for your topic, using your authentic voice, really letting your voice come through in your essay. Things that aren't so good in your essay is when it's just kind of a general topic, or maybe you're trying to add too many descriptive words to show us that you have an impressive vocabulary. We appreciate that, but you don't need to get out your thesaurus in order to really write an essay. Make it conversational so that it has a good flow when we're reading it. And again, don't focus on what you think we want you to write. Focus on a topic that is important to you. It's also important when you're writing your essay to know that this isn't just one exercise where you sit down and write one draft and you're done. You really want to take your time and develop your draft. So you are going to have a first draft. You're probably going to have several iterations of your essay before you get to that final draft. Some students write amazing essays about someone who's been really important to them. Maybe they write about a parent or a grandparent or a sibling or a mentor. Those essays are really wonderful, but oftentimes they tell us more about that person than they do about the actual student. So make sure if you're writing about someone who's been important to you in your life, that you're still connecting that back to you, and the values that you've learned from that person, and that your essay is telling us about you. We're learning so much about you in your application file through your transcript, through your letters of recommendation, through the activities that you've been involved in. But your personal essay is the one place where you can really tell us more about yourself. So make sure that you're not losing that opportunity by writing about someone else or a topic that really doesn't let us learn more about you. That's the most important part of your essay. So as I said, to get started, don't think that you're going to sit down and write your essay in just one session. You really want to start thinking about ideas and brainstorming ideas for your essay. I often advise students, if you think you have a topic, sit down and write a paragraph on that topic. After one paragraph, if you think that you could keep going and fully develop it, great. Then maybe you're on to a great essay topic. If you're struggling to complete a paragraph, then it's probably not your essay topic. So that's the benefit of brainstorming, that you can work through some different ideas. And as you're going through these writing exercises, don't worry so much about the length of the essay or your word count. Just get a lot of words down. You can always, during the editing phase, cut down the number of words and really tighten your essay. But at the beginning, it's actually good to start with too much, because then you know that you've really got something to work through. So hopefully some of these tips here are helpful for you to get you started. And then you're going to start shaping your essay. Again, that's the important edit process. You want to make sure that you've got a strong introduction that really hooks your reader and makes us interested to keep reading. And then you want to be descriptive. And, you know, one of my next slides here will focus on showing rather than telling. You can use your language to really make it an interesting essay so that you're not just, kind of blandly telling us things, but you're really helping the reader envision what you're writing about. And that's a very powerful tool, showing versus telling. And it's different from adding in all of those big words that you would find in your thesaurus. We don't want you to do that, but we do want you to be descriptive and to really develop your thoughts. That's something that you're going to do a lot in college, is develop your thoughts as a writer. So show us that you can do that in your personal essay. When we read your essays, we are focused on not just learning more about you, but also writing ability. So you want to make sure that it's very descriptive, that it's well developed, and also grammatically clean, that you don't have spelling errors, formatting errors. So when getting to the point where you're ready to upload and submit your essay, before you do that, when you're at your final draft, read it aloud. Make sure that it makes sense as you hear it. Make sure you've edited several times. Share it with someone who can read it and give you some feedback. A college counselor, a parent, a friend, they're always willing to read your essay and give some good feedback. We don't want anyone rewriting it for you. You want to make sure that it maintains your authentic voice, but having someone edit can really be helpful to you in the process. The common application this year included a question about COVID-19. This question will carry over into next year as well. So if you have been impacted by COVID-19 and you want to write about that on your common application, you're going to have space to do that. This allows you to write your personal essay about something other than the impact of COVID-19, and you still have space to address ways that you've been impacted. Most importantly, be yourself in your essay. If you're a funny person and you like humor to come through, then this is a great time to use your humor. It's also a great time for you to self-reflect and let us know more about you. the very best essays we read are essays that really feel true to the writer. It's your voice coming through loud and clear. We're learning more about you, and it really fills in what the other parts of your application share about you. So that's a lot of information in a short amount of time, and I know I've got a number of questions here. So someone's asking, what exactly should I write about as my topic? And the answer is, you can choose any topic you want to write about. Again, it should be something that's important to you, that shares more about you, and that tells us who you are as a human being. So there's absolutely no topic that you can't write about. It doesn't have to be a particular experience that you've been through. It could be you're writing about an experience. It could be hobbies. It could be something that goals that you have. It really takes some time though to think creatively. Um, is there a website? I think that there are a lot of great tools online for students to refer to when you're completing your Common Application. There certainly are a lot of websites that help you get ideas for your essay and to guide you in that process. The most important thing is making sure that your essay is authentic yours, that you've written it, that it's your thoughts and your words. Those are the most important. Does the essay need to be formal or can it be friendly? I think it should be friendly, and it should really be written in a conversational tone. This is not a research paper that you're writing. This is an introduction to you. So again, you want to make sure that you strike the right tone, and that's why it can be very helpful to have a teacher or a college counselor read your essay, because they have read a lot of essays that students have written over the years. They understand what colleges are looking for, and it'll be really helpful. They can give you some great feedback on what you should be writing about. So with that, I know we are at our time, so thank you so much for joining. I hope this has been helpful. And again, please feel free to join me at Muhlenberg College table, and I'd be happy to answer any of the other questions that you might have. I know maybe I can get to just a couple more questions. What can make my essay stand out? I think essays stand out when they are well written. They've got a strong introduction, and as I mentioned in the PowerPoint, you want to try and have something that hooks the reader, that makes us feel interested to continue reading what you've written. So start out with a strong introduction, develop that in the body of your essay, and then have a strong conclusion as well. Some essays really start out strong, but then kind of peter out at the end. So make sure that all the different components of your essay are strong. Is there a good way to mold the topic you want to write about? I think the advice I gave about starting with a paragraph and developing it from there will really help you as a writing process.
Hi, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but I think we'll have to end the session now. But everyone can meet you at table for any further questions. Thank you. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you so much, everyone.